Control and Too Hardy at 1434 Metro FM is where you're at. Hanging out with Ntabitao, director on. How does it make you feel when I say director? Yeah, Isidingo.
Well, I don't think I'm more important than the next person.
No. Tell me the truth. It's okay. Don't be. You know.
It does make me feel good.
Yeah. Say that.
It does. It does. There's not enough females.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. You know, it's amazing. I mean, people. You know, didn't you get any kind of pressure going to direct that which you were watching as a young girl?
You know, I remember the day before, I actually thought I had stomach ulcers. Like, I thought, like, I was physically ill because I was so nervous about going to direct Wasting. I mean, you're directing the likes of Barker, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you walk on set and there's Barker. So first you have to get over the fact that you're a fan. And then...
Exactly my point.
And then you have to tell him what you want.
Yeah.
And it was really, really daunting. Like, I had to say, like, Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie, and it was very apologetic. I think the first 2 blocks.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to walk here, let's walk. You know.
Yeah.
But then eventually you kind of say, nah, man. This is my show.
Yeah.
This is my episode, and I'm telling it the way Tavi wants to interpret it. And Robert is a bigger picture. He's part of the picture, but he has to kind of get into it.
Yeah.
But and they were willing. They were just waiting for me to get over it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
now everything is all right.
Everything is cool.
Jolly
Everything's
good.
actually
Jolly
great.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But what do you think is the role of a soapy? What role does it play to the fans? Because you watch Isidingo, so it's very realistic. It's very current as well.
I don't even know if we're soapy per se now, because we're so current in our issues. We're more of a series. We'll say soapy because it's every day, it's every night, and then people are tuning in. But essentially, we're a series because it's hard hitting. It's not clean. We push the boundaries.
Yes.
We're talked about in that aspect. I mean, soapies. I mean, you know, you've got your love triangles. You've got your villain. You've got I don't know, like you've got a certain template with a soapy, but we kind of shy away from that template a bit.
Yeah.
And we tell real people stories and real issues. We had a racist story just this year, which was very uncomfortable for some of us, and it wasn't very palatable for most people, and even us directing things like that, because they're very painful for some people, and certain actors had to step outside themselves. So we do that sort of thing, whereas in the soapy, I suppose, you know, it's all flowery. And Mang orata Mang and Mang slept with Mang and they're pregnant and what and Brooke, you know, the lingerie, it's a candlelit.
Exactly.
No, we're like by the boundary at the BCCSA every other week, but we're invoking conversation.
Yes. How big are your directing plans? What are you seeing? I don't want to ask you the 5-year question, but what are you seeing in future for your directing?
And I never have 5-year plans, actually. I have like 6-month plans because it's easier to achieve, because then I don't have the procrastination back, because you've only got 6 months.
Yes.
So ultimately, I want to go into the film space.
Yeah. As in movies?
Movies, definitely.
Yeah, big screen.
Movies, big screens.
Yeah.
I think our industry is yearning for a female point of view in terms of storytelling. It's yearning for a whole, and actually I want an entire I want an entire production based on women, and because the thing is, that voice, as much as it's being introduced, and I say introduced, it's not fully heard. So it's almost like sometimes I feel like, okay, you know. So I think we need to bulldoze our way in, and which is what I want to do in the next, I suppose, 2 years or so. That's the only 2-year plan. I don't go beyond 2 years, but in immediate goals at least 6 months. But that's what I want to do ultimately.
You just said something about female point of view.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in the directing space we have a lot of, I know that females are there, but we have a lot of men, right?
Yes.
And I'm talking directing generally. I'm talking music videos, I'm talking like soapies, film. When it comes to storytelling musically, like music videos this time around, do you think it's a space you can play into as well? You know, to tell, because I mean, I'm pretty sure that a male director and a female director could direct the same video, but it would look different.
It would look significantly different.
Yeah.
We are, and I don't want to say emotional creatures, but we're very emotional, and certain stories speak to us differently.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that in a music video. Our videos get sheva sometimes, you know, and then there's fires.
Yeah.
And then there's girls in bikinis. And I was like, I think there's a better way we could explore this video
Is this
about
at
you
home?
loving somebody
Is
by
this
the
even home?
poolside. Yes, by the poolside. Girls are half naked, guys are fully dressed in suits, and I'm like, I know we could explore this better.
Yeah.
But that's just like that's
Yeah.
being shallow. But I'm just saying there are better ways and there are more interesting ways.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the male perspective there's anything wrong with it. I just feel we do need a touch of female.
Yeah.
A little
A touch of
something
femininity.
Yes, like something floral.
Yeah.
Imagine what I would do with there's a Kuli channel video where he's wearing some jacket and there's fire behind him. And I'm like, Kuli, what's happening with that guy? What's happening
What is the fire about?
But with that said, what do you think makes a brilliant director?
What makes a brilliant director is somebody who, it's almost like you have to know more than the next person. And you need to be able to tell those stories that you do know more in the most confident way and in the most truthful way. And we've got to be so sensitive. It's such a sensitive thing because we are influencers. And what makes a great director is being in tune with a lot of things. And it's almost like you have to almost have a lot of life experience. And you have to have done a lot of things. You have to almost step outside your box a lot more than most people because you're telling stories that otherwise I would never have experienced.
Yeah.
So what makes a great director is also your ability to just tap into stories and unpack it in a way that other people wouldn't. Because they're human stories. Know your human beings. Know what you want to tell, and understand what you want to tell, and understand what you want people to walk away with.
Yeah.
It's almost like psychological more than anything.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a science. I would say. Yeah.
Before we let you go,
You letting me go?
yeah,
Oh,
you have to
okay.
go work, right? You got Isidingo waiting.
I love it here.
You can stay. Come back again tomorrow.
Thank
and
you,
we'll-
Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you. Every fortnight I'll be here.
Let's bring your lipstick with.
Any advice you'd give to a person that's looking at getting into your space?
I would say there's a lot of what I've experienced is that a lot of people don't want to do the groundwork.
Yeah.
We don't-
Everybody that comes here says that, eh?
Yeah, they don't want to do the groundwork.
Yeah.
They don't want to do. Sis Pumla Hopper started as a director's assistant, which means she writes cards for what the director wants.
Wow.
And she sat there and she called shots for what the director wants until she built her way into an executive producer position. And it took years. She paid her dues.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who want to just kind of jump into it. Like it had to be given. It has to be given to you. You've got to be patient. You've got to know what you want. And like I said, you've got to have like, even if it's a 6-month plan, 2-year, 5-year plan, but have a plan and say this from this period to this period, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And be able to articulate
Yeah.
it to people who are influencers in that space.
No, there you go. We breathe. Why would you
Eh.
meta? Thank you so
That
much.
whole baby.
Meta, where do we find you online?
Well, I'm very passive on Twitter because, Black Twitter and Sosa.
Oh, yeah?
Yo. So I retweet. I'm a retweeter.
Yeah.
But I'm on at Ntabi Tau
Yeah.
and on Instagram Ntabi Tau.
Yeah.
Just on Hollywood.
Ntabi Tau, yeah.
Ntabi Tau. I mean, Eva ungemeza easy man. But Ntabi Tau on Instagram and Twitter, and then you can find me there.
Yeah.
I post the most random things,
Yeah.
if I post at all. But
Yeah.
I'm very passive. If you want to get to know me, I suppose you have to bump into me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
All right.
man.
I'm
Thank you
very
so much.
personal.
We appreciate it.
I
Man. Thank
appreciate
so
you
much.
calling me, and
Yeah.
I love the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna